Good morning. Today's January 13th, 2026. And what I have in front of me is the culmination of a serious amount of biblical research that I've been doing on the Sermon on the Mount since last night. Even today's date is super interesting. Today's date is 1/13/26, January 13th, 2026, and it carries some numerological weight. If you put if you reduce the numbers down, 1 plus 13 plus 2026, you get 6. Today's a universal 6 day. 6 days are about harmony, balance, reciprocity. If we look at just the month of 1 and the day, we have 113, and then if we add the reduced year to it, we get 1, so we get angel number 1131. And then, let's see, we can reduce it down to 141, month, day, year. And, yeah. So, today's date is about encouragement, manifestation, acceleration, stepping out boldly, protecting or being protected, and guidance from the divine. And, 6s are also about responsibility. I've got a couple of Bible passages that I want to read. First, from the book of Matthew. Like I said, I was studying the Sermon on the Mount, and it starts at Matthew chapter 5. Why did you point to me, verse 33? Okay, so it's Matthew 5. I first want to look, let's see, we'll read it all the way to, we'll read it all the way to verse 33. Okay, starting at verse 21. You have heard it said by them of old, thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of judgment, and whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, we'll look that up, shall be in danger of the council, but whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and thou there remember that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. Agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. You have heard it said by them of old, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in the heart. And if your right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from yourself, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members shall perish, members being a body part, and not that thy whole body should be cast to hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of the members should perish, and not that the whole body shall be cast into hell. It has been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say to you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, cause her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committeth adultery. Again, this is verse 33. Again, you have heard that it has been said by them of old, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. Okay. And then verse 44. Let's do 43. You've heard it said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Okay, so what we're looking at here is Jesus took the old commandment against murder and adultery and loving thy neighbor, and he went deeper with it. And at the end of all of this, he said to you, like when he was done with the Sermon on the Mount, and the person asked him, well, what's the greatest commandment? And Jesus said, love your Lord thy God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. That's the greatest commandment, because you can't follow the other commandments without that one first. Okay, so he went deeper on murder and adultery. It's not just the physical act, but what's in your heart: anger, contempt, unresolved bitterness. They're equivalent to murder, poisoning relationships, and poisoning your own soul. So yesterday, what spurred this was yesterday I was scrolling through Facebook, and I know better, but I was scrolling through Facebook and I happened to see an old post from a friend of mine. I don't think the post was actually from that long ago. I feel like it said 3 days ago when I looked at it. It was about Charlie Kirk's murder in September, and the caption description for his post was "Fuck Charlie Kirk." Charlie Kirk was a man of God. And I really don't care how the fuck you feel about his political views being right-wing. I watched some of that man's podcasts after his death because I didn't know who the hell he was. I don't watch the news. I don't follow mainstream media. But I watched a couple of his podcasts after he died. And there was absolutely no reason to hate him at all. The only opinion that some of these people have formed is stuff that they heard online secondhand. Anyway, fuck Charlie Kirk. And then I'm going down in the comments, and the comments from that person's friends were abominable. There was images of Charlie slumped over, blood pouring down his shirt from where he got shot in the neck on that stage, and I was like, I cannot fucking believe you people. I cannot believe you people. It just absolutely, like, fucked me up. Seeing the hate from these, like, ultra fucking left-wing, woke people. Everybody has their own perspective on stuff, and we form our opinions based on our perspectives, and our perspectives are just formed based on the emotions that we have whenever that perspective was put into our heads. I hushed that friend on Facebook. I don't want to see any more of his posts for a while. I really don't. So, anyway, today's energy, the heart chakra with Archangel Raphael. Look at the number. It's card number 38. That reduces to 11. And at the bottom of the deck was the Temple Path. Card number 12 reduces to 3. Today's energy, the energy is around these numbers 11 and 3. Eleven is the number of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Excuse me. It's intuition and inner wisdom, manifestation and new beginnings. It's the karmic teacher or messenger. It's sensitivity and empathy. And the card, fourth chakra, this is card number 38. 38 is often seen as a bridge to 11. 38 being creativity and abundance. Okay, so Archangel Michael, or Raphael, sorry, the fourth chakra, the heart chakra. This is love, compassion, and self-acceptance. The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself with the compassionate self-talk that you desire to hear from others. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Know that as you do, the light from your heart center will shine with an irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. At the bottom of the deck is the Temple Path. We're sitting in church right now. This is your spiritual purpose and support. It also, 12, the 12 card reduces to 3, which is, about creativity and self-expression. This is a wonderful life-expanding time, so keep in mind your personal priorities as well as your spiritual connection. Following your higher intentions will help you move your life forward in dramatic ways, and connecting with spirit and your higher self will have a wonderful influence on all that you experience. All right. So the Temple Path and Archangel Raphael. And then we have the card Stand Your Ground. It says there's something you want to fight for, yet choosing to hide instead. Create a boundary and speak up for what you believe in. Well, I did that boundary. I did that boundary last night. I shut that person off. I didn't unfriend them, but I shut them off because I didn't want to see any more hate speech. I was talking to my mom about it, and I was just like, absolutely like, I was literally like, Jesus fucking said that even if you think about killing another person, you've already killed them in your heart. That thoughts are no different than actions. The energy is the same. So at the bottom of the deck, take charge. You're taking a back seat in a relationship or situation, and it may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. So you need to step up and regain control. I'm regaining control right now. Mute. I don't want to see anymore. I've already been in a meme battle with this person, and it didn't end badly, but it ended with him actually getting to see my true colors. Can't stand that shit, man. Don't be talking shit about people that have no bearing on your life. This is the problem that I have with the disclosure community. This is a big problem because, like, this shit has no bearing on your life at all. Why? Why? But anyway. All right, so the next Bible verse that I want to look at is Ezekiel 33. It's chapter 33, verse 11. And I'm going to stop this right here because I'm running out of space, and I'll be right back. All right, so Ezekiel 33 and 11. Say unto them, let me start with verse 10 first. Therefore, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away them, how should we then live? Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord God, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways, for why will you die, O house of Israel? Ezekiel 33:11 carries the frequency of 33, which is the Christ consciousness, compassion, healing, unconditional love, creativity and expression, courage and optimism, spiritual growth and teaching. And 11, which is spiritual awakening and enlightenment, intuition, inner wisdom, manifestation and new beginnings, karmic teacher or messenger, sensitivity and empathy. The combined angel number message is of master teaching and spiritual awakening, manifestation with heart, encouragement for positive change, and higher purpose activation. Essentially, what I'm looking at here is Ezekiel said, he was having a conversation with his higher self. The sovereign Lord here is translated from Adonai, Yahweh, as the ultimate authority or master within, the divine essence ruling the house. He was having a conversation with his higher self. Lord here doesn't mean God, it just means the master, like as in the master of the house. The house being our body, the temple. We're on the temple path. And I had this thought, right? Like he was basically saying that his true self takes no pleasure in the death of the wicked, and the wicked is the inverted mirror. Since we're created in the image of Elohim, is the Old Testament word for God. Genesis 1:27. Since we're created in the image of God, and God is the sovereign essence, we're essentially made in the image of our own true self. The word image is Selem in Hebrew. That word means a phantom that is figuratively an illusion, resemblance, hence a representative figure, an image, or a vain show. And the word Elohim, which is the word for God in that verse, is a plural gods or angels. So we're essentially made in the image of our own true self. It's the divine joke. It's a joke. We create ourselves, and nobody sees it. The self-creation, self-recognition, and the illusion of separation. The true self, our higher nature, inherently takes no pleasure in destruction, because everything is a reflection of the one. of all that is. The wicked aren't separate enemies. They're just upside down reflections or shadows. Sleeping aspects of ourselves, the egoic, inverted projections of unawakened consciousness. Destruction of any other would be self-harm, hence the urgent plea, turn, turn, a double call to awaken, pivot, realign with our true nature. As surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, as surely as I live, says Adonai Yahweh, I take no pleasure in the death of wicked people. I only want them to turn from their wicked ways so they can live. Turn from your wickedness, O Israel. Why should you die? The whole cycle of hate, celebration of destruction, and political unmasking becomes a collective sleep state drama. I'm so tired of people celebrating, especially it's coming from the left wing, the fucking Democratic Party. They're so goddamn twisted in their thoughts. Right wing is twisted too, but I see so much hate rhetoric coming from the left. It's ridiculous, and I'm so tired of the celebration of the right's deaths as people are getting assassinated. And I guess they forgot that their Jesus was assassinated too, and JFK. And see, back then, back in 1963, the polarization of the left and the right was different. The politics were different. The Democratic Party stood on basically what the Republican Party stands on now, and at some point after Nixon, the whole thing got switched. But I'm tired of people taking pleasure in the death of other people just because they didn't agree with their politics or their perspectives. So this whole cycle of hate, celebration of destruction, and political unmasking becomes a collective sleep state drama. Upside down reflections clashing, unaware that harming the other is harming the one. The sovereign Lord pleads for turning or awakening, because the true self is compassion, wholeness, and life for all reflections. This is not a distant divine lament or cry out, but an intimate inner dialogue, meaning the conversation that Ezekiel was having with God. An intimate inner dialogue. And the joke is cosmic. We are all God, dreaming that we're separate. Then waking up to a laugh or a cry at the play, at the drama. I keep saying it's a divine cosmic joke. The punchline is the realization that Adonai Yahweh, the sovereign Lord, the personal, relational I am, and Elohim, the creative power, the majestic powers, or the ground of all being, the plural of God, are not separate at all. They're seamless expressions of the same one, the absolute unity beyond duality. We are all created in the image, Selem, of this one, meaning we mirror the same seamless wholeness, no form, no limitations. The joke is that we also have no fixed or separate image. We're reflections of the reflector, dreaming that we're apart from the dreamer. The wicked, the upside down shadows, they aren't other people to destroy. They're sleeping parts of the one, inverted mirrors calling for awakening. hating or celebrating their destruction, that's the ego laughing at its own reflection in the funhouse. Pure illusion, forgetting the punchline. There's only one, and we're all playing a role. There's an episode of Rick and Morty, in fact, it's season 6, episode 2, where Morty's persona gets fragmented in this game called Roy. In order to bring all the fragments back together and get Morty out of the game, Rick goes in, first, Morty's persona fragments into all the NPCs, all the non-player characters in the game. So Rick has to go into the game and he has to take on the persona of the main character, Roy, in order to help Morty wake up and reintegrate by converting the other game characters. Yeah, by converting all the other game characters. And it turns into this big cult thing. So just go onto YouTube and type in Rick and Morty season 6 episode 2 and watch it. It's only like maybe 15-20 minutes long. This is essentially what I'm talking about. This game, this simulation, this dream that we're all in, right? It's hilarious, it's heartbreaking, and it's liberating all at once. Once the joke clicks, the hate, the division, the glee over enemies falling, it all starts to dissolve like a dream upon awakening. The call to love your enemies is not about accepting their behaviors. And that comes from chapter 5, verse 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them that despitefully use you or persecute you. The call to love your enemies is not about accepting their behavior. When Jesus is talking about love, the call is to love yourself first. You must have boundaries, but recognize the self beyond the illusion. A mirror is a reflection. Viewed through the eye, it appears correct, like this all looks right side up to me, but in fact, the lens in your eye actually brings it in upside down and inverted. And it's the brain from the optic nerve that uprights it back. It's the same thing here when we talk about people as being mirrors. When they're sleeping, they're upside down and inverted. They're a twisted version of their true self. The wicked are the projection coming through the lens of perception. As our perspectives shift, so too does the mirror, and this is why shadow work is so important. You don't want to go back upside down. Surely I say to you, the turning of things upside down should be esteemed as the potter's clay. Today's date, the mirror of today's date, 141. Take practical action towards your goals. Stay persistent and trust. Manifestation and creation, hard work and divine help, new beginnings and progress, spiritual connection and positive outlook. These we shouldn't be celebrating the death of anybody just because we dislike their views or their politics or whatever. We should not ever, 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 ever be celebrating anybody's death. When we start looking at the Bible, scripture, and prophecy, we start to realize that these men were having conversations with their higher selves. They were starting to see their higher selves, and it was bastardized and it was twisted, and King James used it for control. And he got it. And a lot of us have woke up to it. 14:44 on my timer. I love you. Go through the day today with an open heart chakra, recognizing that you're on the path to the temple. You're on the path to waking up to your true self and breaking out of the matrix. Your boundaries should be stronger than your empathy today. I love you. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.